This is PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube.
Welcome to PSN Newsrun. Our top stories. On National Identity Day, President Tinubu says every Nigerian must be visible. Pensioners threaten naked protest over unpaid arrears. And on sports, Super Eagles defender Ola Aina undergoes hamstring surgery. All this and more on today's Newsrun. President Bola Tinubu says every Nigerian must be visible and verifiable through the National Identity System as the country marks National Identity Day. Joycelyn filed in this report.
President Bola Tinubu says national identification is critical for security, service delivery, and economic planning, stressing that every Nigerian must be both visible and verifiable. Speaking on National Identity Day, the president emphasized that proper identification is not just about documentation, but about guaranteeing inclusion, protecting citizens' rights, and enhancing access to government services. He noted that with a comprehensive identity system, Nigeria can better tackle insecurity, improve social welfare distribution, and drive financial inclusion. The National Identity Management Commission has been pushing for wider adoption of the National Identification Number (NIN), which is now mandatory for accessing government services and some private transactions. Officials say ongoing reforms are aimed at ensuring every Nigerian at home or abroad is captured in a unified database. As Nigeria accelerates its digital identity drive, the challenge remains how fast the country can bridge gaps in registration, especially in rural and underserved communities. Reporting for PS News, Joycelyn Ella Keche Ada.
NAMA is pushing for an increase in the 11,000 naira charge airlines pay per domestic flight, citing rising operational costs. Here's the report. The Nigerian Airspace Management Agency is asking for an upward review of the 11,000 naira charge collected on every domestic flight operated by airlines. NAMA says the current rate, unchanged for years, no longer reflects the rising cost of maintaining safe and efficient air navigation services. The agency argues that inflation, higher operational expenses, and the need to upgrade critical equipment have stretched its finances. Airline operators, however, warn that any increase could drive up ticket prices for passengers already grappling with high travel costs. They maintain that government should focus instead on improving infrastructure and easing regulatory bottlenecks. Aviation experts say the review debate highlights broader funding challenges in Nigeria's aviation sector, where agencies must balance financial sustainability with public affordability. If approved, the new rate could reshape the economics of domestic air travel, testing both industry resilience and passenger tolerance for higher cost. Reporting for PS News, Oluwatosin Deba. Pensioners are threatening nationwide naked protest over unpaid arrears and palliatives. Ella is here with the report.
Nigeria's pensioners are threatening to stage nationwide naked protest over unpaid arrears and palliative allowances. The threat comes from the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, which says its members have endured years of neglect despite repeated promises from the government. According to the union, many retirees are owed months of arrears and have been excluded from the palliative payments meant to cushion the effects of the economic hardship. Union members say the drastic move is aimed at drawing urgent attention to the plight of elderly citizens who dedicated their working lives to public service but now struggle to survive. They argue that the government has rolled out relief measures for other groups. Pensioners remain sidelined. The federal government has yet to issue a detailed response, but analysts warn that nationwide protests could further strain relationships between labor groups and authorities already grappling with inflation and wage disputes. As tension builds, the pensioners' threats underscores the growing urgency of Nigeria's social welfare crisis. Ella Okechukwu, PS News.
The Naira has strengthened to its highest level in over 6 months, now trading at 1,495 Naira to the dollar in the official market. Ella is talking business.
Nigeria's currency has surged to its strongest level in over 6 months, offering some relief to businesses and consumers. The Nigerian Naira on Monday climbed to a 27-week high, exchanging at about 1,495 Naira per dollar in the official market. This marks the 5th straight month of relative stability after months of turbulence in the foreign exchange market. Analysts attribute the gains to tighter monetary policies by the Central Bank of Nigeria, improved foreign exchange inflows, and measures to curb speculative trading. The stronger Naira is expected to ease import costs and reduce inflationary pressure, though challenges remain in maintaining long-term stability. As policymakers push to consolidate these gains, attention will now turn to whether the Naira can hold its momentum heading into the final quarter of 2025. Ella Okechukwu, PS News.
On the international scene, Israel has opened a 48-hour evacuation corridor in Gaza City, allowing civilians to flee as military operations intensify. Let's hear Joycelyn on details.
Israel has opened a temporary evacuation route in Gaza City, giving civilians 48 hours to leave as the military offensive in the enclave escalates. The Israeli army announced that Salah al-Din Street, one of the main north-south roads in Gaza, would remain open for 2 days to allow safe passage out of the city. Officials say the move is aimed at reducing civilian casualties as ground operations continue. Reports indicate that more than 350,000 Palestinians have already fled Gaza City, though many remain trapped due to destroyed infrastructure, ongoing strikes, and lack of transport. Humanitarian agencies warn that while the corridor provides temporary relief, food, water, and medical supplies inside Gaza remain critically low. The evacuation comes amid intensified fighting between Israeli forces and Hamas, raising international calls for greater humanitarian access and protections for civilians. As the 48-hour window closes, the global spotlight remains on how both sides balance military objectives with urgent humanitarian. Reporting for PS News, Joycelyn Ella Keche Ada.
And now on sports, Super Eagles defender Ola Aina has undergone hamstring surgery and will be out of action for 3 months. Sam is here with this and more on sports news.
Former Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey has pleaded not guilty to 5 rape charges and 1 sexual assault allegation, with his trial set for November 2026. Partey, 32, confirmed his plea at Southwark Crown Court, where he faces accusation involving 3 women. The Crown Prosecution Service said the alleged offences occurred between 2021 and 2022. He was charged days after leaving Arsenal in June and is currently out on bail, barred from contacting the alleged victims. Ex-Super Eagles star Osaze Odewingie has blasted the Nigerian Football Federation, calling its officials incompetent after a match report openly criticized players. The NFF report on Nigeria's 1-1 draw with South Africa singled out Cyril Dessar and William Troost-Ekong. Speaking on Brilla FM, Odewingie condemned the move as unprofessional and argued that such conduct shows the game is being run by the wrong people. He warned that poor leadership continues to drag Nigerian football backwards. Super Eagles defender Ola Aina has undergone successful hamstring surgery but will be sidelined for up to 3 months. Aina sustained the injury during Nigeria's 2026 World Cup qualifier against South Africa. The Nottingham Forest player will miss qualifier against Lesotho and Benin, but hopes to recover in time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco. His club has deregistered him from the Premier League squad, replacing him with compatriot Taiwo Awoniyi. This is Samuel Akman for PS News.
And that's our package on today's PSN Newsrun. I am Oluwatosin Deba. Good evening.
You just watched PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube. This is your trusted voice for news that matters. Subscribe, like, share, and stay informed.